Back in the 2000s, there were 3 shounen anime that were considered the big 3. Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. And since then, none of them have really gone away. Naruto has had its sequel series, Boruto, out right now. Both the anime and the manga from One Piece are still in progress, and Bleach got a special one-shot chapter in 2021. The manga for Bleach came to an end in 2016, and the anime ended several years before in 2012. But the anime stopped without telling the full story. But after 10 long years, the Bleach anime is back for its final season. It has been a long journey, but we are finally here. This season will adapt Bleach's final arc, the 1,000 Years Blood War. Since it's been so long, we'll use this video to catch you up to speed. We'll be going over a quick summary of what Bleach is all about, as well as some important information about the new season. Since we're going to be going over the plot of the series up to this point, be warned of spoilers. If you want to read or watch Bleach on your own before the new season, consider this a warning. But if you don't care about that, or you've already seen Bleach and just want a refresher, stick around. Before getting into the plot, let's do a quick crash course on the author, that being Taitao Kubo. Prior to creating Bleach, Kubo also wrote and drew a manga called Zombie Powder. It is a supernatural and modernized take on the Wild West. You can definitely see the blueprints for what would become Bleach. Most notably, a lot of the character designs would fit right into with the early chapters of Bleach. It may be worth a read if you're a fan of the desert aesthetic in manga and anime like Trigun. After Bleach, Kubo's newest manga is called Burn the Witch. It's actually a spin-off of Bleach that takes place in London, showing what the Bleach universe is like outside of Japan, which of course, knowing Bleach isn't necessary to enjoy Burn the Witch. But enough about Kubo's other works for now. We're here for Bleach. To get prepared for the new season, what we need is to know exactly what Bleach is all about, and more importantly, where did we last leave things off? Bleach is the story of Ichigo Kurosaki. At the start of the series, he was a fairly normal high school student. Well, normal except for the fact that he could see ghosts. His life was already unusual, but it took an even bigger change when an unusual woman named Rukia Kuchika entered his life. More specifically, she walked through the walls of his bedroom, like a ghost. Rukia is a Soul Reaper, also known as Shinigami. The job of a Soul Reaper is to keep the world of the dead in balance. There are 2 main types of souls that Rukia initially tells Ichigo about, pluses and hollows. Pluses are the harmless spirits of dead humans. They are just like they were in human form and don't mean any harm. The job of a Soul Reaper is to send pluses to the next world, known as the Soul Society, via a ritual called Konsou. But if a plus stays in the human world for too long, it becomes a hollow. Hollows are dangerous spirits that cause destruction in the human world, usually by attacking those who were connected to the spirit when they were still alive. Ichigo ends up gaining the powers of a Soul Reaper from Rukia while fighting a hollow that attacked his family's clinic. This is the beginning of Ichigo's epic journey. Throughout Ichigo's journey as a Soul Reaper, we're introduced to many of his friends, such as his happy-go-lucky friend Orihime, and the large but gentle Chad, among plenty of others. At first, things stay mostly episodic, with fairly short adventures of Ichigo fighting hollows around his hometown. But things really kick into gear once we enter the Soul Society arc. Here, we're introduced to the true antagonist of Bleach, Captain Sosuke Aizen. At first, presenting himself as an ally, Aizen is eventually revealed to be a power-hungry villain who remains prominent throughout the rest of the series. He faked his own death in order to betray Ichigo and everyone else who saw him as a friend. Now, a lot happens between Aizen's reveal and the events of the 1,000-Year Blood War. However, there are some important details that you need to know. When we last left off in the story, Aizen was actually defeated and imprisoned. However, in order to defeat Aizen, Ichigo had to lose all of his Soul Reaper powers. After that, Ichigo spent a lot of time as a depowered Shinigami. The antagonist of the last season was a man named Kugo Ginjo, the leader of the secret organization known as Execution. During the events of the season, Ichigo finally managed to get his powers back with the help of the Soul Society and defeat Ginjo. That's basically where it left off. Aizen was seemingly defeated and Ichigo was repowered. But remember, there are still several hundred more chapters of the manga to go. That is no way to finish an anime. But hey, at least it's not as bad as some other famous anime cliffhangers, like the end of the 1997 Berserk anime. That was rough. Here, Bleach fans finally get a continuation. So with Aizen locked away, who exactly can we expect as the villain of the Thousand-Year Blood War? A major antagonist during the final arc is Vandereyck, a group of Quincy's led by Emperor Yuhavak. The Quincy's are a group who can see hollows and pluses, similar to the Soul Reapers, but at the same time, distinctly different. Yuhavak and his Vandereyck essentially declare war on Ichigo and his allies. So this arc is going to have a lot of exciting battles in it. Hope you're ready for action. Oh, and remember how we said Aizen was imprisoned by Ichigo earlier? Well, we can be sure that Aizen isn't gone for good. After all, it's unlikely that someone that important would be sealed away forever, right before the final battle. But the question is, will he join up with Yuhavak, form an alliance with Ichigo, or perhaps forge a path of his own? One more reason to get excited for Bleach's new season is that there are going to be new forms and power-ups. Of course, power-ups are pretty much a given for a battle-focused anime like this one, but these ones are pretty exciting. One of the biggest ones to look forward to is a fusion between Hollow and Quincy. All of this new action should be beautifully animated thanks to Studio Pierrot returning to animate. They are the studio behind the original Bleach, as well as many other classic shonen anime like Naruto and Yu Yu Hakusho, as well as plenty of acclaimed original anime like Akudama Drive. Granted, they have had some failures like their poorly received Tokyo Ghoul adaptation, but judging from what we've seen, it seems that Bleach's new season is in good hands. Plus, with the manga already finished, there won't be any filler episodes to sit through, like with Naruto or the original Bleach. However, it seems that there will be some additions to the story, namely new anime-exclusive fights. Thousand-Year Blood War was already an arc pretty heavy on the fight scenes, but seeing some more will definitely be a welcome surprise. Another feature of Bleach's new season is that everybody gets a makeover in terms of design. All of your favorite characters will be sporting new appearances for this grand finale. And yes, it really will be the finale. On one hand, it will be a bit sad to see the end of Bleach after so long, but it'll also be great to see Bleach's ending get animated. It's been a long journey since the Bleach manga began back in 2001. We began with a simple episodic adventure, but it became an epic saga culminating in a giant war. This year, we finally get to see the conclusion get animated. The anime already began airing on Tokyo TV on October 10th and can be found on streaming outside of Japan. Most of the original Japanese voice cast has returned to their roles as well, so it'll almost be like the show never left. This new season has been hyped up pretty hard already, and yes, it may be a bit hard to live up to that hype, but the only way we can know for sure is to watch it and see for ourselves. And hey, with Bleach's special one-shot last year, who knows? Maybe the manga has a chance at getting a revival? After all, it looks like the Bleach fandom is still alive and well. So what are your thoughts on Bleach's new season? And do you think it will live up to the hype?